Hello everyone, this is Marga from Marga Diaries. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room that no one talks about, the other side of breastfeeding. I know breastfeeding is magical, breastfeeding is amazing. I love breastfeeding my son. Pero I'm gonna tell you yung mga hindi natin napag-uusapan na feeling ko dapat na pag-uusapan ng mga moms or ng mga breastfeeding advocates, kasi it's gonna be really a long and difficult journey for you. And breastfeeding is all that good, all the benefits that your child gets from it is really good, but we have to talk about the elephant, like the elephant in the room about breastfeeding. But first, I have to tell you that almost everyone knows naman that my son is a NICU baby. He's premature. So when I was diagnosed at being an APAS, kahit na sinabihan na ako na may hirapan ako mag-breastfeed, inisip ko pa rin na sana mga ako sa isang breastfeeding advocate hospital. So dapat very essential na if you're thinking about breastfeeding, or basta kung buntis ka pa lang na iniisip mo pa lang na mag-breastfeed, of course, sino namang nanay ang ayaw na mag-breastfeed, diba? Pero if you're thinking about breastfeeding, dapat essential na dapat iniisip ninyo na yung hospital na pag-aanakan ninyo is a breastfeeding advocate hospital, para yung mga nurses doon, lactation nurses doon, tuturuan kayo kung paano mag-latch yung anak ninyo, at tuturuan kayo kung paano yung tamang express ng milk, kung mag-hand express kayo. Nung time na sa akin, na nasa NICU si Alaric, yung lactation nurse, tinuruan ako, tapos inipon pa namin yung milk via a syringe. So, ayun, in this video, sana may mga moms, pregnant moms, or like first time moms, na medyo nahihirapan about breastfeeding, na maiisip ninyo na yes, it's hard, you're not alone. Pero if nagawan ko ng paraan to breastfeed my son for 11 months now, well, yay, mag-1-year-old na siya, like, for 11 months now, kung nagawan ko ng paraan, kaya nyo din. And even if it's hard, you're not alone in this journey, and these topics are not being talked about, maybe because here in the Philippines, hindi tayo masyadong open to the public mind about breastfeeding. But I'm gonna talk about more about that. I'm gonna talk about more in the video. So please watch up until the end, because I have a giveaway with Lactation Corner. It's really good for someone who's breastfeeding and for mom who plans to breastfeed. So watch up until the end to see kung paano kayo makakasali. So I had the list actually. Yung first is, I'm gonna talk about my journey first. Nung nasa NICU si Alaric, syempre hindi mo alam kung may milk ka or something. Kaya I told you, it's very essential na dapat yung hospital ninyo is a breastfeeding advocate, kasi at least tuturuan ka nila. So sa akin, nung nasa NICU si Alaric, I went there. Tapos nung nagla-latch siya, first latch niya, syempre hindi perfect. Tuturuan ka nila, parang gahawakan nila yung breast mo para mag-latch si Alaric. It's so hard kasi na-frustrate ka eh. Kasi parang sa isip mo, natural thing ng anak mo to. Or in my case, naisip ko, natural thing na ginagawa to ng mga babies. So, dapat marunong siya. Pero in my case, he was premature. So, hindi ko alam kung paano siya ipalatch. Siyempre, first time yon palatch. Tapos, it was hard. So, I told you before, third to fourth try ni Alaric, saka siya nakapag-latch ng maayos sa akin. So, by that time, may milk ako. Ang ginagawa ng mga NICU nurses, nilalagay na lang nila sa syringe, tapos finifeed na lang nila kay Alaric via a dropper, mga ganon. So it's really hard. So dapat essential talaga na ang kukunin ninyo is a breastfeeding advocate hospital. And then the next is yung about sa breastfeeding, about the other side of breastfeeding. I wrote it down. First is you have your new routine. Breastfeeding is part of who you are already, and you have to dedicate yourself. I keep on saying this to my readers. Sometimes they ask me about breastfeeding, kung paano ko nagagawa. It's 90% dedication talaga. 90% dedication, tas 10% work lang. Because if you're not decided to do it, hindi ka talaga makaka-produce, saka hindi mo talaga siya magagawa because first and foremost, you're feeding your child. It's the only way that you'll feed your child. So, kung unlatch man kayo, or you pump, or you bottle feed him via breast milk, still, it's dedication. Kasi, yung milk, ikaw yung nagpo-produce, diba? That's your liquid gold. Next is, you have a new diet. And, ang daming bawal. Kunwari, if you're like, ang daming na naman bawal, pero ang daming restrictions, ang daming mo rin pwedeng kainin na bago para mas mag-produce ka pa ng milk, ang daming medications. I told you about this in my past videos. Your diet needs to change a whole lot. Need more sabaw. If you're not into sabaw, you need to eat sabaw and stuff like that. So, and another thing, hindi mo na kailangan, hindi ka na pwedeng uminom ng gamot kasi ang daming restrictions with breastfeeding and medicines. Like example, if you have headache, minsan you would drink what do you call this? Mefenamic acid. Did you know that mefenamic acid is not good for breastfeeding? Maraming restrictions. So, a lot of breastfeeding moms go to the natural way, to the organic way, like I told you in my past video about the sipon. Pero, in all fairness, hindi siya ganun ka-effective, lalo na pag matanda tayo, di ba? Like I told you sa oils. Oils take time, but it's effective, but it takes time. Eh, pag minsan, tayong mga moms, lalo na tayong mga stay-at-home moms, sa dami ng ginagawa natin, we want instant action, we want instant results, diba? So, ayun, another is diet and medications. Maraming restrictions. And next is, I keep on hearing this. Breastfeeding is free. No, it's not. No, it's not. Pumping needs a pump. You need a bra. Breast shields, it's not free. And if you say na breastfeeding is free, paano na yung katawan ng mom? I mean, yung toll na nakukuha natin. I mean, yung nagagawa ng breastfeeding with our body. Your saggy boobs, your nipples get chapped. Alam mo yun, it's really difficult. Breastfeeding is difficult and it's not free. So if you compute saying na parang you're gonna save like 72,000, I posted this already before, you're gonna save 72,000 a year with breastfeeding. Yes, but it's not free, I keep on telling you, because yung effort ng mom, yung time ng mom, dapat nga binabayaran din yun eh. That's why they keep on saying na ang mga breastfeeding moms and stay-at-home moms dapat nababayaran ng allowance, which is I totally agree. Dapat government gawan yun ng paraan yan. Next is, it's tiring. Diba, busy post. Ako, I see a lot of posts na maganda yung pictures with the baby in the chest. And then, alam mo yun, sobrang pinapakita natin na breastfeeding is wow, breastfeeding is magical. Yes, it is. But, it's also very tiring. Alam mo, umaabot ako sa times nung mga, newborn pa lang si Alaric, nakakatulog ako. Kasi sobrang pagod. Because Alaric could latch more than an hour or alam mo yun, because he's preemie, or sabi nga nila, pag lalaki, mas gutumin. So, it's tiring. No one talks about that. Next is, mastitis, clogs is painful. I had that before, even if I have I'm flat-chested. Mastitis is painful. You need the proper massage. Alam mo yon, like I told you, it's tiring, it's painful, and breastfeeding is not free. And another thing, this is supposed to be the first one, pero I put it in the last. Breastfeeding here in the Philippines is not normal. I mean, people look down on moms breastfeeding in public. Public knowledge about breastfeeding here is really low. I wish the government would talk about this more, kasi breastfeeding is super the natural thing. Alam mo yon, moms breastfeeding children out in public is supposed to be a normal thing, kasi it's you feeding your child. So what's wrong about that? They say you have to cover. Of course you have to cover, pero don't condemn the mom about breastfeeding in public. Ang dami-daming post about breastfeeding in public na ikinakasama ng loob ng church, ng government, ng mga lalaki, ng mga ibang nanay na hindi nagbe-breastfeed. Alam mo yon, it's supposed to be free for all. It's supposed to be a normal thing. Because, hello, that's the main source of food ng anak mo. Bakit mo ititigil? Kung gutom yung anak mo in public, then do it, di ba? Here in the Philippines, dapat bigyan ng pansin yan. And I hope, bigyan ng action yan ng government natin. I wanted to say more, actually, kasi I feel like the other side of the elephant in the room about breastfeeding is not being talked about a lot here in the Philippines is kasi masyadong judgy, lalo na yung mga breastfeeding moms. I've joined a group before about breastfeeding moms here in the Philippines, and about moms that bottle feed their child with formula, and sobrang laki ng debate. But for me, breastfeeding is really what I wanted. I could opt for formula, yes, okay, I could opt for that, but I want the proper nutrition for my son. But for me, even if people say that breast is best, for me it's fed is best. Because if you can't produce milk, diba, if you can't push yourself to produce milk, then choose formula for your son, kasi yun din naman yung source ng kakainan niya. Yes, it's difficult. Siguro it's gonna be tiring. You're gonna be judged for not breastfeeding. But you have to weigh in your options. Anong gusto mo? Ma-judge ka or hindi makakain yung anak mo? Yun lang yun eh. So for me, fed is best. So even if you're not a breastfeeding advocate, you're not a breastfeeding mom, it's okay. You're feeding your son. You're giving him the right nutrition. You're giving him what he needs. And formula is what he needs, so that's what you give him. So that's the elephant in the room that people don't talk about in breastfeeding. It's really magical. It's a magical thing. It's a wonderful feeling. I love breastfeeding Alaric up until siguro yung 8th month niya, na kinailangan ko siyang mag-bottle. Tapos, sometimes I miss it kasi gabi na lang kami nagbe-breastfeed. But it's a good thing na kahit papano natuto na siyang magbote. What happened to my necklace? Nagbuhol. I didn't notice. Anyways, natuto na siyang magbote kasi kahit papano nagkakaroon na ako ng time for myself. Nagkakaroon na din ako ng ibang ginagawa like this. I'm vlogging. I'm sharing my experiences with you. So, he feeds sa bottle in the morning, tapos pag gabi, nagla-latch kami. So, ayun, I hope that this video would encourage you about breastfeeding. I know it's gonna be really, really difficult. Pero alam mo, if you have patience and determination to feed your son, your daughter, you could do it. You could do it in a heartbeat. Ang dami-dami kong kilalang moms that are breastfeeding because alam nila na yun yung kailangan ng anak nila. Pero, like I told you, itong sinabi kong list na to, you should take into consideration, and you should always have your me time. Dapat, kahit papano, even if you're breastfeeding, even if parang iniisip nyo ikaw na lang sa kayong anak mo, you should always have your me time, your pamper time. I want to talk about that, about postpartum depression and stuff in my next video. So please stay tuned about that. And here, I'm gonna have a giveaway with Lactation Corner. So I'm giving away this. Dito magpa-pop or here. I don't know kung ano magpapa. I'm giving away a lactation oatmeal pack. This helped me with my breastfeeding journey with Alaric, and I hope one pregnant mom or a mom or one mom would win this and help you with your breastfeeding journey also. So anyways, thank you for subscribing and watching this video. I hope you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and please follow me on Instagram and in Facebook. It's Marga Diaries, and I hope you watch out for my next video. I'm not sure if it's about postpartum depression, pero hopefully I could talk more about these topics kasi I've noticed, like in my intro in my blog, I noticed na there's not a lot of people or like mom bloggers that talk about newborn care, newborn essentials for moms, first time moms. It's all about parang paano alagaan yung toddler mo, school na bagay sa'yo, ganyan. So, I actually created this blog, yung blog ko. I created my page because wala akong alam na guide for first-time parents, first-time moms. And nagulat ako na maganda naman yung response. So, I hope you comment down kung ano yung gusto nyo pang mapanood from me and topics na pwede nating pag-usapan. And I hope this video helped you. Thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe. Bye! I'm just gonna put oils. This is focus. I'm gonna put in the description or in the baba ng video kung anong blend to. Just because I need it kasi today nawalan ako ng yaya. Alaric's yaya decided that she'll leave. I don't know what is with this generation or with this group because I grew up with the yaya. Ang tagal niya. I mean, umabot siya ng taon pero ngayon 10 months pa lang si Alaric and we already had two. Grabe, ang hirap. Parang in the span of that short time, kaya ka lang nila iwan just like that and without even a replacement. So anyway,